Yeah, we can talk about how I found you in the first place.
Yes.
And my parents were in the healthcare industry and they were selling these hair analysis machines, of which Liz Taylor, who's a naturopath on the Gold Coast, bought a machine and did that for her clients. And
Mm.
I was telling my parents of the challenges that I was having for my son initially. It wasn't even for me, it was for Sambo. And at the time, gosh, he must have been about 8 and going through the medical, as you do, you see the doctors and you see all these medical specialists. And I didn't quite agree with that. We didn't know at the time what he had, whether he was Asperger's or ADHD. And then my dad said, look, you've just got to go and see Liz. And so we went to see Liz, and she was great. But then I also said, like, I just need help here. I know I wanted holistically look at my son. And she wrote down your name and a phone number. And I said, okay, so what does he do? Where do I? She said, just ring him. And no, it was your email, in fact. It wasn't a
Mm.
phone number, it was your email. And so I did because I trusted her. And so we had the initial session. I had no idea what the session was or any of that. I just knew this was meant to be, and she's referred me for a reason.
Mm.
So we had the session. It must have been maybe 2021 or
It was a few
2020.
years ago. It was a long time ago.
Maybe even 2019. And it was the session for Sambo to heal him.
Mm.
And so that was incredible. So we ended up having 3 sessions, I think, didn't we?
So
Um,
what was the symptoms before with
so
uh,
Sambo was born normal, but when he started to get around that 2, 3 years of age, we noticed issues, behavioral issues, quite he would yell out loud and do these loud outbursts. We just thought that he was a little kid. And by the time he got to school, um, we noticed that the teachers are finding he couldn't concentrate. I don't think he was swearing back then, but just unsettled. And they thought he's definitely got something. I needed to explore it. So I would see
mm,
pediatricians, get a blood test, all that sort of stuff. And I just had no idea where to turn or what to
mm,
do. And you just follow that bouncy ball, and everyone seems to refer back to that medical field. And I just don't agree with it. And so, yeah, it was not concentrating, yelling, screaming. I'm just really unsettled,
mm,
kind of wild. He was like this wild child, and I had no idea what to do with him. And
mm,
mean and nasty, and everyone who came into his sphere would go, "Oh my God, what's wrong with your child?"
mm,
So as a parent, you're just so anxious, and all you want to do is help them. But I looked at it from a completely holistic approach. We were wanting what Liz had just suggested as well was go on a diet, get rid of any processed foods, get crystals in the house, get rid of any chemicals. So I did all of that. I got a diffuser to put essential oils in. I got a roller and I rolled it on his bottom of his feet every night. Like I was doing
yeah,
everything,
everything you could think of.
everything you could think of to help this child. And I also had an ex-husband who at the time we had separated, I think, and he also was quite abusive, has his own issues, which is the reason why I left him. And I felt he was picking up on him, and I didn't know exactly what that looked like back then.
Mm,
I wasn't as educated in the energetic field, um, and I knew something just wasn't right. So it was through the sessions with you that I really embarked on this journey, which I'm still on now, 5, 6 years later, um, of identifying how energy can affect human beings.
mm,
And, and as individuals, we come into this world, and when we might pick up things from past lives or whatever it is, but you just actually have no idea. You
mm,
have no idea. No one teaches you this.
mm,
Um, And unless your parents are into this type of thing, you almost need to find it out from your own resources.
Mm.
And yeah, so that's how we got onto David. And from those sessions, we then started to heal me
Yes.
because I'd also gone through this journey of a separation and a nasty one at that.
Mm.
And
Before we go too far into that, describe what happened with Sambo after the first session.
so Sambo immediately calmed down. It's been a journey with him probably the last couple of years, of which I'll share in a minute. He he was just calmer.
Mm.
It was actually almost like magic, and it took about, I think it was about 3 sessions, and we did them quite close, I remember. I think it was in a couple of weeks or maybe like
Mm.
3, 4 weeks. You recommended. There's still
Mm.
more to dig into.
Mm.
Um,
Because from memory, it was back a few years, but there was a lot of traumatic stuff around your separation, and he sucked
yeah,
up all that energy like a sponge and was holding all that energetic
yeah.
muck from that point in time.
He was holding a lot of this resentment, what had happened between myself and his dad.
Mm.
He was holding a lot of hurt there, but he didn't even know that it was his or
Mm.
that it wasn't his.
Mm.
And yeah, so it just started to very slowly, started to just be a lot calmer. We had to go through a number of different medications as well that he would sort of fit. None of them really ever did. But he started to be a bit calmer at school. It was calmer at home. Um, Trying to think back now, all those years ago,
Because I
but
remember you were saying that he had better interactions with his classmates. There was something there that you said. I'm
yeah,
just,
the friendships.
just remembering that he was a bit avoided by
Yeah,
the
that's
other
right.
kids, and then they
He never
suddenly,
had close, yeah,
mm,
never had close friendships at all for all of the early years
yes,
of school. And I'd get upset because his brother was always having friends over and sleepovers, and I'm like, well, why isn't Sambo doing that? And that upset me.
mm,
He now has friends over all of the time.
yes,
He goes and gets invited to birthday parties. He goes over sleepovers. They're constantly
it's
all
so good.
over. Um,
It's amazing.
and it's incredible. But he's now off his medication.
Yeah, yeah,
So from
amazing.
Christmas just now, it's like magic. It's like I threw it all in the bin, and he's a different kid.
So good.
And and this is unheard of. So I've told the pediatrician, I've told school, and they're like, you can't just do cold turkey. Um, for you've got to wean them off. And I said, that's absolute rubbish. I said, he now knows he'd feel sick on those pills. He doesn't want it anymore. He's perfect at school. He's doubled his weight. He's shot up in size, like
Mm,
in like he's really tall now. Um, but it was a journey as well. Like
yeah,
it's not something that we just did immediately. I feel like it was a journey, and he's still only 11 years old. But
yeah, yeah. I'll just
generally, it's up until your 20s you have these symptoms.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. And I'll just throw in there for anybody who's looking at getting off their medications to see the person who prescribed them first and wean yourself off as per their instructions for the general disclaimers. Thought I,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
but yeah, he was transformed by the sound of it because I between taking him off the medication, last time you saw me was probably a few years before that. Then by the sound of it,
Yeah, I think it was 2021 was the last session we had for Sambo. I
yeah, yeah, yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
it was still, yeah, it was still quite challenged at that point. To
Mm-mm.
the point his grades were okay, but he wasn't making any human connections, no
Mm-mm.
friends at school. He didn't like the teachers, didn't trust them. It was just like it was in every aspect of his life he was having
Mm.
challenges, and he probably just didn't understand where,
Mm-mm.
why, or what.
The interesting thing about sessions with kids that most people don't realise is that they don't even need to be there present. So when I did that session, I just did the session with you,
Mm.
um, and he didn't even have to be in the same house. I think he was in a different room playing at the time, and yeah, up to
Exactly.
a certain age, you can do the session through the parent as their caregiver,
Mm.
and you have permission to do that up until a certain age, and then after that certain age, you need to be one on one with them because they're now independent beings. So
Yeah, yeah. It was just truly amazing. I'm forever grateful because now he is a completely different kid.
yeah, it's so
He's
good.
polite. He's just, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
And I
So,
do truly believe it was just due to these sessions that we had because
mm,
not, how can a pill help? It's just masking it and dulling down himself every day.
mm, yeah, well, he certainly made his life a lot, a lot more pleasant and easier to navigate now. That's for sure. Right,
yeah.
and then on to you. What happened with you then?
Yeah.
You woke up
So,
yourself.
yeah, so we had the sessions. I think we were having a session for Sambo, and
Mm,
then offered to support me as well, which I was really open with because then I
mm,
had shared the challenges I had when I left my husband in 2017, and I had been separated when we met, and didn't really know at the time. It was quite a traumatic separation. I had to get a DVO and things like that. So it was very traumatic, and I didn't know whether the kids would pick up on it at all. They were 3 and 6 at the time,
mm,
about that. Um, and I just pushed myself into work to get through that time. But what I had done is just kept myself safe. So a lot of the roles I had done in my life, like with work, kept myself in this safe spot. I could have moved up very quickly previously, but I
mm,
didn't because of some self belief that I had to stay here so I could be with them. It
mm,
was a real journey. So in those sessions, we pulled out a lot of stuff, and a lot of it I'd picked up from the ex husband. We even pulled energies from his mum, and it was a real discovery, I
mm,
feel like, for me. And then I felt like I kept wanting more because I'm like, I want to change my life here. I don't ever want to be stuck again. I want to keep continuing to do well. And how do I get myself out of this? And so, yeah, we must have had maybe a few more sessions over the years.
mm.
And and my life, so what happened after those sessions? Things just became easier and clearer. It's like I came out of a head fog. So
Mm,
even if a typical day I'm at work and I need to send an email to some important stakeholders, and I'd often just not really quite sure on how to structure it,
mm.
immediately it's like I could just tap into my intuition and I knew exactly what to do. I had
Yes.
confidence. It's like it just cleared. The
Mm,
path was easier.
yes.
I don't even know how to explain it, but it
That's
was
explained well.
easier.
Yeah. Yes.
So blockages that I thought that I couldn't do, there was just nothing holding me back anymore.
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
self-belief. And now I've come so much further in the last couple of years in my career
Good.
that I ended up being nominated and won an award for what I do. I just got sent to London in November for another award, which,
Nice.
yeah, so like
Amazing.
another global award. So
Huge. Mm.
um, I've doubled my salary, more than doubled my salary in the last couple of years. I'm now starting up a business actually.
It's super exciting.
Um, and which is really exciting. But what I feel is that I'm being called to do it. And because of these sessions and understanding who I am and removing blocks, this is my path. And it's all just coming easily to me now.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, you're on purpose, and there's no.
I'm absolutely on purpose. And
Yeah.
so the people are showing up at the right time. I'm getting downloads almost that I can hear and see now before I couldn't.
Mm.
Um, and everything is just flowing perfectly. The money always shows up when it needs to. I've just changed my life considerably.
Yeah, good. It's so.
Yeah,
I'm very pleased. I'm so pleased. It's great. That's wonderful. Good for you.
yeah. So things are going well, and still a little bit to do. But I
It's
just yeah.
it's interesting when you get rid of that noise, that energetic noise from whatever
Mm.
it is, emotions and everything's just you have that clarity and space and
Yeah, that's
that
it.
be
And
present.
I don't even think that you know that it's there, but you've got to be quiet in yourself and be in solitude to know what feels right and what doesn't.
Mm,
So along the way, I've done a lot of personal development as well to help support me with this, as well as the sessions.
mm.
Um, and
But dropping
I'm
into
just
that
grateful. Yeah,
dropping into that space of oneness, of quiet, that meditative state, that's so much easier to drop into it after those sessions because it's all you don't have that resistance. So you can drop into it a lot faster and a lot deeper and quicker.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
It's almost like magic, like the stuff that's just,
mm.
yeah, it is. It's
Because
amazing.
I know sports people and different people call it getting into the zone. You're in the zone, or musicians are in the groove. You're
Yeah,
in that special place.
yeah, absolutely. So how I structure my days now is that the first hour I wake up early, which is my time, and I do a meditation,
Hmm.
and that might range from 15 minutes to an hour, and I do work on myself or any type of like personal development, and then I try and exercise, and then I get on with my day.
Yeah, good.
And I think it's really important to quiet your mind and do that meditation to get into that like theta level or even lower to just almost just get rid of the noise.
Hmm.
You just feel so much more aligned and calm, and you feel happy, and you get this sense of well-being that nothing can give you other than like that. Like money doesn't give it to you, nothing. It's just you're just in a really good
Yes,
place.
yes.